Hey, what's up guys? Chris Jr. here for Kriscoart. Welcome to episode 3 of our lighting workshop that we did in collaboration with Aperture. Today we're talking about how to create an artificial sun or augment the sun and create a dramatic afternoon look.
So we've set up a 12 by 12 frame above us. We're going to be using this to kind of bounce some light back down. It's going to be very subtle. You know, we can we don't have to go crazy with a 300D. We can even use a 120D or something like that, and kind of catch some of that light, bringing it back down, and again, like just splashing a little bit of that in our scene.
So obviously at 100%, that's quite overbearing.
We're allowing ourselves to have some room to play with in terms of the overall ambience.
And in an actual house, like not in a soundstage set where you don't have any walls here, you could just be bouncing into the corner of the room or just onto the wall, depending on the level you want and the direction. So if you're not wanting it to hit this white wall as much, I mean, just bring the light into the corner here, like this corner of the ceiling, and that'll just bring up his front level and less of the back.
You can really use big sources of balance. That could be your ceiling, that could be whatever, and that could raise the ambience level up a bit. Should we do brunch scene? Some laid back scene?
Change it up. So talking with our talent here, he's kind of into doing a brunch breakup scene.
Oh.
So that gives us some kind of interesting stuff to play with, I think.
That's a great idea, actually. So he's going to be bringing in the coffee for his lady. There's some bad news. So the bad news hasn't broken out yet.
We're thinking we should bring the sun in from this window here, flip it from the side we were before.
Let's walk that lamp right. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Oh!
So he's kind of got a little ND filter for his eye, so we can look exactly where the light is and place it so the shadows are where he needs it to be.
Let's walk a lamp right. Let's walk a lamp right even more.
Keep in mind wardrobe, the set pieces in your scene, whatever you can control that you actually have access to and that you can change, try to adhere to a certain color palette. That's really important when it comes to colors, when it comes to making something feel cohesive. But you can do that with tablecloth, with getting some utensils and cups from Walmart that you can return of a certain color, curtains, wardrobe, you know, all these little tricks that you can do on a small budget, but that can, by the way, we're doing this. Like, we bought a bunch of stuff that we're returning. No shame in that, you know, we're trying to make it work. But these are things that you can keep in mind when it comes to color especially. And that comes into your pre-pro too. Have a color palette set and try to fit in that as many things as possible.
Yeah. Let's get a Fresnel on the Fresnel over there. Let's get some barn doors on that. That dome can come right over here. And let's pop that right up the edge of our set. Okay.
Found $1.
Well, yeah, we can do that.
That's your rate for the day.
Okay, can I see that the 120D with the dome on it? Can I see that full up? And let's get a 4x flop on standby.
Strike.
Oh, there it is. Full toast.
Love the dome piece. It's
And
again, we're getting a spotty
eyes.
source, such as a 120D, and we're opening up to
build
a
it here on
bigger
the stand,
source
bring
that's
it over
softer.
Graham, can I see 50%?
You got it?
Oh, I need to, you know. Here we go. Tilt up a little bit. It's not bad. Let's cut that in half, go 25%. Give me 15.
15.
Okay, it's not bad. Okay, cool. Can I get another 120? If we have a Fresnel, neat. If not, I'll take the open face. And basically, I want to just scrape it.
You're going to have sunlight coming out the back if you don't have a set situation. So you kind of have to set the camera to the outside of how you want the outside levels to be and then bring the talent up to match that.
We're doing drama. It's a little bit dramatic, so this is definitely a high contrast look. Is this a dramatic afternoon scene, or is this an evenly lit, cheerful afternoon scene? Again, that all depends on story, but he's trying to get the most out of this scene with the information that we have so far.
So, my friends, let's save every single light except 300D.
Bang, bang, bang.
Great. Oh, excellent. So we got to think about what makes daylight. So obviously we have our sun, okay, right? And this is a sunny day. We also have to consider the light bouncing everywhere else, and then our big blue sky. So this is sort of, in my mind I was thinking maybe this is a day partly cloudy or to stark blue. So we have a lot of blue coming in. So skylight's about 10,000 Kelvin, give or take the day.
Kevin.
So we have this. I have half blue on this light. This is a 120 with the Fresnel attachment on it. So this is sort of our sky. So this is a cloudy day with no lights in the room. So let's go ahead and get the 120 it's bouncing in the 4x8 foam. Yeah, so that also has half blue. So that's the rest of our sky. It's quite a bit under. That's like 2 stops under, I think. So this is sort of giving a base and an ambience coming in. It's at almost a 1.4, and we're at a 2, right?
Yeah.
So a stop under, not quite. I think this may be too moody. It's maybe a little bit too bold for this breakup, even especially if there's a twist, like we don't know it's a breakup. That 120 with the quarter straw, that's direct, the high up. Yeah, so this is going to be our sun. So let's get that up.
This one?
Yep. Our scene just changed. So this is doing a nice little bit of work right here. So I got a little pitter patter. This is about 3.5, I think, stops over. We have the light dome attached with the 120D at barely any output, 20%. And so what I did here is we're wrapping this around, right? So if this is my key, if you will, right, I have sort of wrapped my source around to be a little more frontal. This light's a little bit nice, a little more less moody, right? Sort of wraps, and it's still big and soft. If I had a hard light here, it would feel really forced. It would feel lit. But this, you could say, oh, it's another window. It feels motivated, and the motivation being the window we see. And you can imagine, oh, there could be other windows in this place. 120 with the, let's off that right now. If we take a look at the ficus real quick, on 120, yep, and then off, on, just a little bit of something, just a little bit of spice there. I'm sort of mimicking what this sun is doing, because obviously if the sun was coming through, it'd probably be hitting that tree. The direct light is quarter straw, shifted a little warmer. Maybe, it's brunch time, the sun quite hasn't hit peak. Noon is 5,600. As you go down, you warm up. And obviously, sunset, you warm it significantly. So I just put a little tinge just to give it some warmth and some life. And then all the bounce light, the 4x foam core above, pushing in, half blue. The background there, also half blue. On this, we just left it right at 3,200. And then, last but not least, on it. And this is Gavin and I were talking about, and he really wanted to fill a little shadow. Right, he does have some right here, which we probably want to.
Yeah, we could flag that off.
Yeah, can we get a 2x3 double? Oh. We'll bring that down, but obviously this side of his face here is, is eaten up a little bit. So we just lifted that up with our could be a ceiling. In this case, it's 12 by unbleached. Let's go.
And there's the net I was talking about earlier.
We're just going to sort of bring it down, so because this light is quite close.
And that's a double, right?
Yeah, that's a double. So we're just sort of, it's good by that. Right there. So just trying to take it off his, right, I'm right where I want to be. The back of his, so it doesn't look so much like there's a light there.
Yeah, it's all about like drawing the eye to what you want to be looking at. Obviously, you don't want to be staring at the back of his neck and all that kind of thing. So it's just bringing it down just slightly.
Yeah, that's enough. You want to double that up? Want to get another one? So we'll double up. If you didn't know, obviously there's 2 holes in a C-stand, small one and a big one. If you have 2, the little guys, put it in the big hole. Bam. Little pro tip. Yep. So now we have 2 doubles. That's quite a bit. Let me see. Yeah, I'd buy that's much nicer.
Just walk it back just a hair.
Whole fixture. Feel better about that.
Let's give him a hand. Let's give him a hand. That was incredible.
Pretty good.
And again, because we're going with a dramatic look, we're almost excused to have his side a little bit darker, which also adds a nice bit of separation with the lights at play with the background. Because if he was like perfectly lit, the background's perfectly lit, again, you're losing some of that dimension. And
I mean, yeah, even by bringing this up, it just flattens it out, makes it look
sucks.
more like a comedy.
Speaking of the
mention,
no drama left.
What up?
I kind of want to bring in the atmosphere cans real quick. Atmosphere in a can. That's a little trick. I don't know if you guys are aware of that product. Not sponsored, but it is great to have, especially if you're doing, again, guerrilla-style filmmaking. I love using that when I'm urban exploring and I'm trying to get some photography work with natural light. I have a can of those, and I'll spray it wherever my light source is.
And if you don't have this, you can just go to an asbestos-filled environment.
Yeah, you
That'll
know,
work
stomp
too.
around a little bit. Oh, nice. I just want to join in on the fun. This is also non-toxic. But yeah, one thing that this is doing is this is adding particles
Smoke 'em
in the
out.
air. So this is almost acting as a sort of diffusion. Whenever you spray this,
I'm done.
light is reacting to this. And again, once you have things more in the foreground, now you can see that it's kind of taking off a little bit of contrast from the background.
Yeah, it
And
softens the
it's-
source.
Yeah, it softens the
basically,
source, adds dimension, adds separation, which is again something that is key to making something feel cinematic. As tempting as it is to have these shafts of light in every scene, and it is tempting because it looks awesome. You also need to keep in mind what makes sense. Did they just smoke a ton of cigars in here, and are they breaking up in that sort of way? Could be cool, and that could definitely motivate the smoke. But you gotta again find that balance, because if it's too smoky, then the place looks dirty or looks like there was a fire. But I think this is nice and subtle enough where it's again adding some atmosphere in there, and it's creating some of that separation.
If you're using a haze machine, there's different types of juices you can buy as well that have totally different effects. So some can look very smoky, and some can look more like this, where it's kind of just adding a soft veneer on there.
All right, let's see how this plays. We're going to be rolling on this. We're already rolling. Great.
Yep.
And action.
Hey, I got your coffee and my coffee and breakfast, of course. Of course.
It's over. It's not working. We're done.
We can be done with breakfast. I mean, let's just go out. Listen, if you need more time, I'm willing to give you all the time in the world that you need.
Oh, no. It's definitely not me who needs more time. It's you.
Nice. That's a cut. Oh, wow. I felt that right here. That was great. Oh, my God.
I would like to thank again my good friends Gavin Ash and Kevin Terrell for sharing their information with you guys. Hopefully you learned something from them. If you are new on this channel, definitely consider subscribing for more filmmaking stuff like this. And if you want to stay up to date with future episodes or future workshops coming up, follow me on Instagram because I'll post it there first. And as in the other episodes, if you want to get a quick recap and some notes of what was talked about in this episode, check the description down below, and there you will also find some links to all of the gear that we use for these episodes. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Chris for Kriscoart, and I will see you next time.